What is up, guys? We are back with another video. It's your man Jay. So today we're going to do a 2-year quick follow-up on the Feelworld F6 Plus touch monitor. All right, this is the monitor that I've been using for the past 2 years. I bought this monitor for the Sony ZV-1 back when I was using it the majority of the time, which is what we're recording with right now. I think I purchased this thing on like February 2022 or something like that, and we're now in 2024. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys just another quick run through of this monitor and show you a few features that I like, as well as, let you guys know whether or not I like this, or, if I recommend this to anybody out there. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so first off, if you're looking for this monitor, it is on eBay and Amazon. I found it cheaper on eBay for about 113 to 110 to 113. That's like the cheapest I found it on eBay. If you want to go and pick it up there, they do got free shipping on eBay, but on Amazon, I think I saw it for about 125. So the most you can get it for is 125, and I think the least you can get it for is like 110 or so. All right, so just want to throw that out there as well. All right, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at this monitor as far as the hardware is concerned. This is a 5.5-inch touchscreen monitor. All right, got a little bit of Feelworld branding. As you can see, mine is a little old, so it does have a lot of smudges and little scratches and stuff like that. But hey, it is what it is. It's the only monitor that I got, and I'm still rocking it currently right now. All right, so right here on the top, you have your touch button and your power button. So you turn it on here, and if you can enable and disable touch right here. You got a screw hole there in case you want to mount something to it or mount it a certain way. You got your menu button right here. So if you press this button, it'll open up the menu, and then you can scroll through the menu instead of touching the screen if you want to do that. On this side, you got another screw hole there if you want to mount something there. Then down here on the bottom, you have your SD card for putting your own LUTs on there. You got a DC in 12 volt. Got another screw hole in case you want to mount it on something there. You got your headphone jack right here in case your camera doesn't have a headphone jack. You can still monitor your audio right here. All right. Then you got a DC in 5 volt Type C. And then right here you got HDMI in, HDMI out, and then you got DC out 8 volt right there. All right. Right here on the back, you got 2 spaces for batteries, which we'll go over in a hot second. But right here it says Feelworld F6 Plus. Panel size is 5.5. Hopefully y'all can see that. Let me move this back. Hopefully y'all can see that right there. But you got 2 different styles of batteries that you can use right here, which I'll show you guys right now. So you got these 2 different styles of batteries. You can get these batteries bigger if you want to as well. But this battery right here is the one that came with this. I've had this battery since, I bought it 2 years ago, and it still works. This is a Sony NPF F330/F550/F570 right there. This is 2200 milliamps. All right. So this is the battery that came with it. And then these are the Canon batteries that I have for my 90D. These ones are by newer, but the Canon battery works as well. And this is the LPE6. And this is a 2000 milliamp hour battery. All right. And for some reason, this battery, even though it's 2000 milliamps and this one is 2200 milliamps, this battery lasts longer in here than this one does. All right. And now I don't know why. Maybe because this battery is a little bit older than this battery here. But at the same time, I prefer to use this battery right here, even though it's a little bit heavier than this one. I prefer to use this one because I get a little bit more life out of this one than this one when I'm using it. Now, as far as putting one of the batteries on this thing right here. So this is the Canon battery. It'll go on this side. As you can see, the 2 little notches right there. This is for the Canon battery, or the LPE6 battery. You'll just slide it in just like that, and you're good to go. Press this button to release that battery. And the what's this one right here, the NPF battery, it slides on these 2 little prongs right here. So all you do is slide it in right there, as you can see, just like this. Snaps into place, and you're good to go just like that. Press the button to release the battery. All right, so we're going to use the original battery that came with it, and we're going to power this thing on, and I'm going to show you guys a few of the features that I like about this monitor. So once you get a battery plugged into the back, you'll flip it over and you'll see a little red light down here in the corner. This red light indicates that you're getting power to the monitor itself, which brings me to the first thing that I don't like about this monitor, and that is the fact that when you plug a battery in, even though the monitor is not turned on, it is draining the battery just a little bit. All right, so if you plug this in with a battery, come back in about an hour and turn your monitor on, you're probably going to get about 15 minutes with the monitor. It's going to shut off. You're going to be confused as to why. That's because the battery is draining there. So the workaround for that is just to not put a battery on the back unless you are getting ready to actually use the monitor. All right, that's what I've been doing for the past 2 years. All right, so let's turn it on right here. Press this button, turn it on. See how long it takes to boot up right here. That took maybe about 4 seconds because we're waiting. There it is. You got a battery indicator in the top that you can't see because the screen is way too bright. And then right here it says no signal. So that takes about 3 seconds, if that, to boot up from when you press the power button. All right. So right now I'm going to go ahead and plug in my camera. I got my 90D off screen right here, but I got the HDMI cable right here. So we'll plug it in so we can see how long it takes to actually load up or get a signal. It's plugged in right there. That took us probably about 2 to 3 seconds as well to get a little signal. So it's not too slow, but at the same time, it's not super fast either, but it does happen relatively quickly. All right, so right now I have all my settings shown on the screen that's coming out of my camera. Hopefully you guys can see that right here, but I got every setting for my camera is showing on the screen. I could turn that stuff off just to throw this out there if I press the menu button, HDMI info, if I press this button here, and go clean 4K, I could turn this off. So let me go to clean 4K and turn it off real quick, just like that. And then if I come back, let it boot up again real fast, and then it's just a clean screen. All right. So some people may like it with the clean screen, and some people may want their info from the camera to display on the screen. So you can do that. All right. So let's run through a couple of these features, and then I'll give you guys like my final take on this monitor right here. So if you double tap the screen, you'll pull up a little side menu right there to let you know that you're in 4K on this side over here up at the corner. And right here in this little section, you got all your waveforms. So you could turn all of these on just like that. You got all your waveforms, as you can see, all the waveforms. And you have a monitor for the audio as well. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's really cool that you can monitor your audio from the actual monitor itself. All right, but you got all your waveforms. Let's double tap that. We could turn all those off. Just like that. You got your parade, you got your vector, histogram. So basically a lot of those things, you can turn on all the waves, but those are if you want to turn them on separately. Then you got your histogram, focus assist, which I think is really cool because you can turn that on. And with focus assist, it'll let you know, it'll have an outline around everything that's in focus. You can't see it on this screen right now, but he is in focus. I have it tapped on his face, so it shows a little bit of outline right around in here. So it is showing that he's in focus. Let's double tap the screen real quick. Let's turn that focus assist off, and then you can change the level of the focus assist in regards to the color. I'm sorry, you can change the color of the focus assist. You got your audio meter. You can turn that on by itself if you just want to monitor your audio, and it'll pop up on the side like that. And I don't have an external mic plugged into the Canon 90D, so it's just straight up, and that's why it's still picking up the audio, but you can monitor that on the screen as well, all right? So you can know your levels. So that's another cool little feature. Then you got your zebras right here. I'm just going through a few so that you know what's kind of blown out and what's not. So you can set your zebras to whatever percent you want right here. Let me show you. So in your zebras, I have my zebra set to 85%. You can't see that right here, but if I go here, I can switch it to about 86%. And I'm gonna move this up real quick. So it says 86% on the zebras right there, all right? But I like to keep mine at about 85, but right now I'm gonna leave it like that, all right? So let's turn the zebras off. And hopefully you guys can see this, man. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. All right, let's zoom in a little bit more. Little bit more right there. All right, so I think we zoomed in to the max, man. Let's just leave it right there. So we got false color, which is another thing that a lot of people like to use for skin tones and stuff like that. I'm not too well versed in it, but this is what that looks like for skin tones and all of that. If you want to turn that on as well, let's turn that off. Where we at? False color, where's it at? Right. I lost where I'm at. Turn it off. There we go. So false color, that's just another cool little feature as well. So let me turn off this audio so we can get that off the screen. Okay, so the audio is off the screen. Now, if you go down to the next little tab, you got your grid, which I like to use a lot. So I turn on my grid, the 9 grid, so it pulls up all of the lines. As you can see, you got those lines right there. So you can have your rule of thirds or whatever they call that. And you can kind of position yourself, you know, in the camera, and you can keep it kind of lined up the right way. All right, so you got those as well. Then right here, you got your safety marker, center marker, marker hat, yellow, and all, and you can change the color of all those as well. Then right here, you got scan mode, video aspect mode. I have it on auto, but you can set it to 16:9. You can set it to whatever you want. You got anamorphic mode. You can mirror. The screen also rotates. So if you turn it this way, or flip it upside down or whatever, it'll automatically rotate to keep your picture the correct way. So I think that's another good look. All right, right here, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this grid off. So if you go down here, then you got your HDR, you got your LUTs, and I have a LUT in mine right now, which is on the SD card. So I keep a LUT in there right now. You got your color, temperature, your backlight, your brightness, and all of that good stuff. All right. Then down here, you got your settings, firmware updates, and all that stuff. This thing hasn't been updated in a long time. I did check it, and it is still on version 2.3.3. All right. And I hope you guys, I might zoom in a little bit more after, when I go into the post or whatever. So hopefully you guys can see some of this stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to run you guys back through this monitor, man. I've had this thing for 2 years. There's one thing about the LUTs I want to show all my cine style people out there. So I'll come back and do that video later. But I wanted to give you guys my honest take on this monitor right here. And after 2 years, I got to say, if you're doing any type of content creation, you have to have a monitor because these screens on these cameras are very, very small and they just don't show enough information. Having a monitor can easily up your production. It can easily make recording content easier for you because you can see everything better. You can take advantage of false colors. You can take advantage of zebras and all of that good stuff, man. So after 2 years with this monitor, there's really only one thing I dislike about it, and it's the fact that the battery does drain when you plug it in. So you can't just leave a battery in it, you know what I'm saying, and have it all kind of like set it and forget it type. You have to take the battery out. That's probably the only thing I don't like about it. Maybe a second thing I don't like about it is like the glare on the screen. You can put you could put a screen protector on it, matte, whatever you want to do. But you know how I feel about matte screen protectors for all my old viewers. I don't really care for matte screen protectors. And that's really about it, man. Everything else about this monitor has been good. I have had no issues. It's the only monitor that I have. I'll probably invest in one more monitor because now I shoot with a 90D and I do feel like I need a monitor for my ZV-1 because it is now my overhead shot. But other than that, man, this monitor has held up for 2 years. No issues, no dings, no hiccups, no nothing. It's been working flawlessly for 2 years, and I highly recommend this monitor. There's a lot of them out there. You don't have to get this one. I will link it, though, but you don't have to get this one. You can get any Feelworld monitor. You can get anything that's out there, but just take advantage of the features in the monitor that you decide that you want to get. But I will say, if you are a content creator, invest in your monitor, at least one, so that you can take advantage and push your camera to another level. And with that, it's been your boy Jay. We took a look at the Feelworld F6 monitor after about 2 years. I recommend this monitor wholeheartedly. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's been your man Jay again, and I'm out of here. Peace.